Hello everyone, Mr. Schreiber here. In my hands, I've got a packet of art, activities, and lessons that you can do at home during this time away from school. This packet was actually created by another art teacher at Moose Elementary in Logan Square in Chicago, so thank you very much to them for preparing this. I'm actually going to try some of the things in this packet, and I'm going to share my attempts with you. If you want to follow along, this packet has been shared digitally on the Bridge Elementary Facebook page. So let's get started. Page number 3, homemade Play-Doh. But before we go to the kitchen, let's check up on what Bob and Barbara might be doing today. Let's see. Bob, how's your day going? He seems to be pretty happy. And where's Barbara at? Oh, I see her. There's Barbara sitting by the heater, keeping warm. All right, enough with the cats. Let's go on to the kitchen. Let's see what the recipe calls for. 2 cups all-purpose flour. I got that. 3/4 cups of salt. I got that. 4 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Oh, right. I forgot that. Barbara, I probably should have gotten cream of tartar at the store today. How am I going to do this recipe without it? Good idea, Barbara. I've got my iPad. I'll look up a recipe that doesn't require cream of tartar. Good idea. All right, found a recipe without cream of tartar. A lot of people must have the same issue of not remembering the cream of tartar. Okay, I'm going to follow this one. You can follow the one in the packet if you have the cream of tartar. But let's see what happens. Okay, new recipe calls for some lemon juice and some water, and I need to microwave this for about 3 minutes until it's near boiling. Okay, and then while that is microwaving, I can mix 2 cups of flour together with a 1/2 cup of salt. All right. Our lemon and water mixture has a few more seconds. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty hot. All right, I just realized that this bowl's not going to be big enough, so I'm going to transfer this over to the pot. I knew I'd gotten that ready for some reason. I'm going to put it in the pot, and then it now says to add some food coloring, or it says Kool-Aid packet, to the water and lemon mix, but I don't have that. I do have some paint though, so I'm gonna try. Who knows how this will work out. Maybe this will be the worst Play-Doh ever, but I'm gonna try to make some green Play-Doh by mixing in some watercolor paint into my warmed up lemon juice and water. Right, the recipe says slowly pour the liquid into the flour and salt mixture and stir with a wooden paddle until it just barely begins to form a dough. Okay, I got my wooden paddle. There's my salt and flour mix. Oh, I'm so nervous. This is hard to do while holding a phone too, but let's see. Oh my gosh. I just poured it really quick. Oh my gosh, is this even gonna work because I wasn't pouring while stirring? Oh, hopefully it still works. Okay, please make Play-Doh. Please make Play-Doh. It's gooey. Okay, so here I am stirring, and it still looks really gooey, but the recipe says that just be patient, and when it cools down, it's gonna become more like Play-Doh. And then if it's still too gooey, then you can add a little bit more flour, a little bit at a time. And while I'm doing this, Barbara is still eating. Barbara. Yeah, camera's over here. Oh, there it is. What a cat. I don't really like the color green it is right now, so I'm going to try adding a little bit more green to make it more green. This would have been a good opportunity for me to mix 2 primary colors to make a secondary color, Like, I could have just mixed yellow and blue to make this green, and that would have been kind of educational, but I'll learn to do that in the next video. Okay, so in order to help the Play-Doh cool, I put it on this aluminum foil and from that pot. So hopefully this helps out a little bit. I feel like such a beginner in the kitchen and anything that involves like mixing or baking or preparing. So this is a new learning experience for me. All right, well, that was pretty interesting. I was really worried that wasn't gonna come out at all to something that we could actually like play with. I had to add a lot more flour. I had to add more oil. It was a mess. My hands, I was like, is this ever gonna get off my hands? This is total fail. But I kept at it and I got something that I'm pretty happy with. This is just like my mom used to make. And I could do a lot with this. It feels really cool. I can mold it. It doesn't just fall over from its own weight. And maybe I'll make something really quick right now and then I'll show you what I make. But there is quite a mess in the kitchen, so be sure to clean up after yourself. And Barbara's still really hungry, so I need to feed her too. All right, Barbara had been very, very patient in waiting to be fed. I've got a huge mess in the kitchen to clean up. Uh-oh. But let's come over here. I have made something with my Play-Doh. One of the things I remember making most as a kid was little racetracks with my brother and sister, and we'd take little figures, just like this one here. In fact, this is one that I used to play with when I was a kid, and then we'd race them around the racetracks. And there'd be jumps, whoa, and there'd be things you'd have to get over, and there'd be little hills, and there'd be areas with a bunch of bumps and things like that, and we just go round and round them and have so much fun. So even though it's not the most artistic thing in the world, on days like this where you miss being outside and going on bike rides, sometimes we can create our little adventure indoors. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me today as I experimented with Play-Doh. I think I'm going to continue playing with it for a bit and maybe even call up my brother and sister to let them know what I did today. I hope you all have fun, and remember, be safe, wash your hands, clean up after yourselves, and always feed your cat. Say bye, Barbara. Barbara, say bye. Say bye, Bob.